Welcome to Christmas Eve of the Crafty Advent for 2020. I decided tonight that I should talk to Kelly because Kelly does videos, Tina does videos. We never do videos together. So I thought it was about time we did a video together. Why is it that we never do videos together, Kelly?
I blame Ina.
Yes, you have a child. You have a child.
I blame Ina.
Yeah, but also
And the time
to start with,
difference.
there is an even more basic reason. Oh, look, there's a dog. Mine is not going to come in the picture
Abby.
because somebody's in the kitchen. Well, mine as in my grand dog. Hey.
Here.
Hello.
Say hi. Yeah.
The dog.
She's like.
But how many thousands of miles do we live apart? That's the starting
I don't even know.
Yes,
I don't
several
know.
thousands of miles apart, which comes in handy when we get to do shows because we have a place to grab a car in the, I don't know, are you Midwest? We've gotten this discussion.
I'm Midwest. I'm Midwest. Yeah.
Officially the Midwest, but what's cool is I can fly to the Midwest and ship goods, and then we can drive all the way to Washington, D.C. from the Midwest because it's doable. I would never drive to D.C. from Oregon. Although I know people that have, I would not do that. And we drove to Texas, and we've driven to, but we didn't, did we cross over? No, we drove to Michigan. We didn't go up to Canada, but we could have. We just didn't.
No, we did Indiana, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Texas,
Missouri,
DC.
Yep. Oh, Philly.
Yeah, that was Pennsylvania. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was it.
Yes. Yes. And then if it's on the West Coast, then Kelly flies here and we get in the car, and we've gone to Spokane more than once. We've gone to California. Idaho. Yes, we've gone to Idaho, which is kind of Spokane, but not really. It's across the border. And then we've gone to California. I think you went with me to California, didn't you? Oh, and then Las Vegas. Only you flew into Vegas.
Oh, yeah, I forgot
and
about
I drove
Vegas.
everything to Vegas. Yeah. Yeah. So there is some upsides to living far apart, but doing things at the same time on video, we've never figured out. Which leads us to a segue in good things that have come about because of COVID. And the first one is we have figured out how to have meetings on the computer. We never did that before.
No. So we're both doing more videos.
Huh?
Right?
Lots
of videos.
Grace and Sidekick just looked up, because that's what I call her on the videos when I'm on it on Fridays, is 2,215 miles apart. That is how far apart we are.
There we go.
We have a fact checker in the background for us.
We do have a fact checker. That's right.
Yes. So that is, so the good things that have happened because of COVID. We're going to start with the positives.
I learned how to do TikToks.
Yeah.
Not very well, but
we have upped our internet game a mile. We started a YouTube channel. You had done that before, but it was spaced out. Yeah. We didn't do it on any regular basis. There were just classes and I've now learned how to like edit a little bit. I know how to put the information in the right slots, and I am going to backtrack and do some of that because I noticed yours hasn't been in there in a lot of them.
Yeah.
But if you don't know, you don't know. It's hard to, that's quite a learning curve, YouTube.
Most of it for me has been like, I try to get on and do my Facebook Live and then dump it into YouTube.
Oh, and then don't go back.
And I don't go back necessarily because I have to go do Ina.
Yeah.
Or I have to go do, other social media stuff. And so like I dump it over there, but then I never get to go back in. I used to do these like nice little thumbnails. I drop a pretty little thumbnail on every one that had like just what was going on, and that hasn't happened for months.
No.
Like months.
Yeah.
But I'm also doing, almost every week. I do 2 videos a week, Monday and Wednesday.
Yeah.
And then even picking up to Fridays.
Unless there's a dang good reason.
It's
like
just
COVID.
far more videos, right?
Yeah.
And they take quite a bit of time to set up.
Absolutely.
I don't think people really
know. The live streams on Friday, which I cannot download them on an Apple computer. So I have to go to a PC in order to download our my Facebook Lives. which is crazy.
Yeah.
But at least I finally figured that out. I didn't figure that out until like 2 weeks ago, that they're there. I just can't touch them. Yeah. So I'm going to go get them and get them into our YouTube video. Those to me are not horribly difficult to do. I have to plan ahead and think about what I'm going to talk about, but I just do stream of consciousness. So it's not horribly difficult, because then they just stay up or they go somewhere else. But doing the cooking videos, doing this Advent stuff, I have learned a ton. And even so, David has better software on his computer, so he's edited for me quite a bit. And through him, I've sort of learned how to do some of it, although he has better software than I do. Yeah. What else have we done? Oh, the online store. I have fixed not all the inventory, but I've gotten a lot better at fixing the inventory, and it's getting there. It's getting there. Yeah. Yeah.
I've been spinning. Like I hadn't spun for 4 years or something since I moved.
So
pretty
just
much.
so that you can see what that was all about. There is the
Hey, Atlas.
He's trying to look at Gracie.
Hi, Atlas.
Atlas, here.
Oh, wait. Atlas. Look at Abby. Look, Abby. Atlas is on the screen. Do you remember Atlas?
Yeah, they're not. He wants dinner. All right. I know. Good things that happened during COVID is where we left off. I don't even remember what I was talking about. Oh, we figured out the internet. I moved. That was where we left off. We moved. I moved.
Yes.
Yes. And we found and the dog came up and barked at me. And he's back staring at me again because he hates for me to talk on the phone. Every time I do a live stream and the dog is nearby, he starts barking at me because he can't figure out why I'm talking to a square thing. I think he thinks I've lost it. He may not be wrong. He may not be wrong. Yeah. All right. Any other good things that happened during this year? Well, I got more done because I wasn't taking trips anywhere.
Yeah, I got like nothing done.
You got nothing done because you were chasing.
Because I wasn't taking trips anywhere.
That is true. When you take a trip, we do get stuff done because we sit and knit, don't we?
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got to spend time in Arizona in the winter. I got to spend last winter in Arizona, and that would never have been able to happen otherwise.
No.
David would have been working the whole time. And I will get to spend a considerable amount of this winter in Arizona for the same reason. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, good things. Let's see. Bad things that happened.
So many bad things.
So many bad things that we've all had, but let's just tick them off one at a time.
Okay. No shuttle birds. No Hoosier Hills Fiber Arts Festival.
Oh yeah, you made the list, yeah.
No IOLI.
For 2 years. We don't get that one next year either.
We don't get shuttle birds either for 2 years.
Oh, shuttle birds is already canceled too. Oh.
Yep. Yes, it's like it's awful. No Oregon Flock and Fiber.
Yes.
No Ozark Fiber Fling, which I love doing Ozark Fiber.
And Ozark Fiber Fling, just so you know, I will put the link to Ozark Fiber Fling below in the info. I was talking about Ozark Fiber Fling last night and I couldn't think of the name. So I wanted to put a link down in the info because I talked about how we went and it was awesome and all that.
It's the little tiny one, but so much fun.
Yeah.
And no Portland Lace Day.
Oh yeah, no, but they've told me when the date is for that. We will have Portland Lace Day this year. I already got the
2021.
For 2021. Yeah. We're just doing it socially distanced, masks, and at the Grange. They've been having meetings at the Grange.
Oh.
I don't know if they still are.
I think the cherry on my 2020 was getting COVID.
Yes, because you
at the end of the year.
Yeah, you caught it anyway.
And I'm still so tired.
I have knocked on wood. Have not caught it. I've managed to avoid it. You know what though? Do you know what, Kelly? Thank goodness we live 2,000 miles apart because you would have given it to me. Because I know you would have been in my bubble.
You never would have gotten it in the first place.
Oh, but you never would have got it in the first place because you'd have been here. Well, maybe Portland's not so bad after all, is it?
The contact point wherein I received COVID would not have happened.
We'd have been in a
Anyway.
safer bubble.
Yeah.
Well, everything I've heard I don't know how bad yours was because the most people, either you get it and it's nothing or you end up being a long hauler. It'll be interesting to see how long the fatigue lasts.
Yeah.
And Avi,
and I don't know. I
totally
think
feel
we're
back
like,
to normal?
we're still like one in 5 people has COVID in this area.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know what our numbers are here. I know that Washington County seems to be like at the top of the list in population, but I don't know what the 1 in number is. I do know the
Avi and
hospitals
Ina seem to have recovered, and they're doing really well. It's just
so Avi feels
you know,
no after effects at all.
No.
Yeah.
But you know, I was taking care of them.
Yes.
On top of everything else, and trying to keep up with, you know, the rabbits and the ducks and the dog and the cats and the dishes and, you know.
That's what moms do when they get sick and everybody else in the house is sick, is you still do the mom thing and you don't get a break. But then the question is it the result of that or is it the result of the COVID itself? And you'll probably never know, but.
Yeah, I've got no idea.
Yeah.
But like I'm still coughing and I still have some drainage and I just get tired. So, and today I earned it. I've got 13,000 steps today.
Holy mackerel.
Yeah, well, because I was trying to catch up from being really sick.
Yeah. For all the animal care jobs you had to do. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like I've been trying to, you know, catch up with the house and do the Christmas tree and
you baked
like I finished wrapping gifts today so that I'm not wrapping them on Christmas Eve.
Mm-hmm.
And
Grayson did
my child is very unhappy upstairs. I don't know if you can hear her on the video,
I can just hear it's very faint. It's not bad.
Very unhappy upstairs. Yeah.
I've got, what do we have? 1 package left to wrap, Grayson? Oh no, 2. I've got 2 packages left to wrap.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, 2020 was a year of definite ups and downs.
Only cuss words apply for the bad stuff, I gotta say. Yeah, didn't get to go anywhere. Oh, and I was gonna go to costume college on top of it all, and I didn't get to do that.
You were. That's
I know.
right. You didn't get to go to that
and
either.
David and I were gonna go to a carnivore conference in Colorado in May. We didn't get to go to that. All of it canceled. I think I had paid for tickets to 2 concerts, canceled. Yes, it was 2 concerts because I was going out to McMiniman's and we had a comedian like this month that we were supposed to go see. That's the hardest part, honestly, is I put those things on my calendar and I never took them off. And so as this year went by, I would get, you're supposed to be here right now. How are you feeling about that? And I would get even just a little bit more angry about the fact that I didn't get to go.
All of my rabbit shows that I was scheduled to judge or go to, canceled.
Yeah.
Like the last time I showed or judged was like March 6th or 7th, whatever that first Saturday in March was.
Yeah. That was probably the same weekend I was in Port Townsend at Bazaar Girls for their retreat.
Yeah.
And that was our last outing. And then we came home and everything locked down. Yeah.
Yeah. And that was just kind of it.
Yeah. I know I was trying, when I said, go look and see what you've gotten finished this year. And I, of course, hardly remembered it as well. But that was my tick point, was that retreat. I think what I'm planning on doing is going and looking at your Instagram and my Instagram. And when we get to that topic, we'll put those up from what I can remember. But I'll try to put a slideshow together of what we finished this year for projects. But I can pull the stuff I've done in the last month, but that's probably about it. Maybe 2 months. I can pull from 2 months. And that's all I can remember because I'm old. See, you have post-COVID brain and I have post-50 brain. I can't remember anything.
And there's also like still that whole toddler brain.
Oh yeah, you do have baby brain too. No, you don't get rid of baby brain. Well, 2.5 years is what I always said. It takes 2.5 years to get over having a child. And it's not just,
taking a while.
It's not the hormones and the birthing as much as it is the sleep deprivation, I think.
Yeah.
And you started with that, so you're already in it for 2 years of sleep deprivation.
She is sleeping through the night, and that at least is a little bit better, but she doesn't want to go to sleep until almost 10 o'clock every night.
Wow. And then what time does she wake up in the morning?
At 7:30.
Oh, God. Now, would you like to hear about my life? That actually is the upside of this year as well. Yeah, I go to bed at midnight to 2 a.m. and I get up at about 11 a.m. Sometimes I wake up at 9 and I just lay in bed and I play with my phone and watch videos for 2 hours. Yeah, that's leisure life for old lady with no children at home. Normally, Grayson shows up at the house and the dog comes into bed with me when it's time to get up. But it's 11 a.m. And then I get up and I mosey on downstairs and I get in the car and I go get a cup of coffee. Because that's the spoiled life I live. Yeah.
Nope.
And that's the reason the dog comes to wake me up. Because the dog has learned that if I get out of bed, I'm going to walk to the car, get in the car and go get a cup of coffee. And he gets a puppuccino. So he just stands there going, are we going to go? Are we going to go? Can we go? It's time to go. Let's go. And that's my morning routine.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Hey, what are we doing for 2021?
Well, I think you came up with a brilliant idea to start it with, which is, I think it's a brilliant idea.
I'm kind of still calling it self-care January, February, unless we come up with a better name.
No, I don't mind self-care. I like it.
You know, it's all about you and the project that you want to do.
Yeah.
You know, and the way I think of it is something that you've wanted to do for a long time and you just never got around to it, something special for yourself. Whether it's, you know, spinning, like, okay, so I brought a bag of washed locks down here just so I could talk about spinning. Whether it's like spinning that special border Leicester.
Oh, you mean that stuff that you've been sitting around going, I'm not good enough yet? I can't spin this yet?
Yeah, exactly. Spin it anyway, right?
Yeah.
Or if it's, you know, knitting, like, you know, I love doing lace and I love doing the silk. Oh, that's this sea lace.
Yes.
That Elroy shawl, like, I got tired of knitting it only when I reached the last couple of repeats, but like it knit so nice and it felt so good.
So picking a yarn that you haven't worked with, but not necessarily a new pattern, maybe.
Or, you know, it's a luxury yarn or it's a special yarn, something that you've had in your stash for a long time. Yeah. Oh, you know, I'll make something out of that one day. Pick that yarn.
Well, my thing is I have wanted to do like a fancy Shetland shawl forever. And I have that book and I look at the, what is that book called? The
Sharon Miller's Heirloom Knitting.
Yeah, Heirloom Knitting. I have had that. I have 2 of those books on my shelf. I have the original one and then I have the reprint. And I look through them all the time. And I have visions of the shawl that I want to knit. And yet I have never, ever put it on my needles and done it.
You know what I'm going to do?
Oh, your Sashiko kit.
The bunny Sashiko that you bought me that I wanted to do.
Yes.
And just never did it.
Yes.
This is going to be my January project.
That's the first one? Sweet.
Yes, because I want to make the cute printed bunnies. I don't even know if you can see this. They're cute printed bunnies.
Yes, they are. Do you know that you're supposed to, those bunnies are supposed to be on the back side? I learned a lot when I did my little coasters. So you stitch with your running stitch you stitch on the bunnies, but the stitch that you're supposed to look at is the back side. So that's the right side, is the back side.
Interesting. Well, yes. So this, like, I've been wanting to do it ever since you sent it to me.
Yes.
And I just never get around to it. So when I thought about this and I talked to you about this, I decided
that's number one.
This is what I'm going to start with for my January, February. And I'm going to participate, and we are going to sponsor an award for, or a prize for the Spin Together Make Along too, which they're going to run in January and February. So you spin whatever in January.
Yes.
Whatever yarn you want. And then you make something from that yarn And you have until, I think, February 28th to finish. And then they're going to give prizes for spinning and starting your project and finishing a project, something like that.
Nice.
I know. So I said, hey, yeah, Black Sheep is in. We're going to give a prize for that.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll totally give a prize for that. Well, and I know a few people. I know, like Tony, for example, just got a new spinning wheel, so she'll be in for that. I'll have to send her the link. Yeah, because she's struggling with it right now because it's a Hanson e-spinner, so it's trying to get your sea legs on that new device. Yeah, It is quite different because I now have one here that I bought used from somebody, and it's different. It's not. It's weird when you're used to doing the pedaling coordination thing to not have that pedaling rhythm
on the e-spinner is very
with your
different.
feet. It's very different. I still have a hank that I'm working on, and it makes fine yarn. It's just a different experience, and it's really weird.
It is.
So,
it's a totally different experience.
Yeah, I have to get used to it. But yes, nifty.
And
yeah,
the other thing that I'm looking forward to in 2021.
Oh yeah, we get to do it again.
And look, I made them lime green this year.
Oh, well, you know, I'm partial to green.
I know you are.
Favorites.
I did
last
orange
year was
last
orange,
year.
wasn't it? I think I've gotten good colors 2 years in a row.
I know. I did it for you.
Oh, thank you.
I know.
Favorite
I
color.
did it for you because I know you'd like it. This is
Yeah,
one of
how
the
many
packets.
stores do we have in the slow crawl?
At least 31.
Wow, nice.
At least 31.
31 stores and an online section. Although
yes,
I'm hoping most of the yarn stores have opened up again, most. And so I think it's not out of the scope of possibilities that we will be able to actually do a physical crawl this year. And if we are able to do a physical crawl, this person is going to do it with my camera. By gosh. But
yeah.
so that will be on my self-care, is to plan on doing that. Now, obviously, we're going to have to do lists.
I like lists a lot.
I'm learning to like lists. Lists have moved up in my esteem.
I made a list today.
This year, actually, lists have gone up in my esteem quite a bit. I've had to make a lot of lists.
Yeah.
I've made a lot of lists. Yes. You know, I've talked to people who say lists stress them out.
There are people like that, but lists are one of the only ways that I can
find
my
it's
mind
the opposite
and,
for me. That when I'm stressed out, if I make a list, then it's soothing. Because clearly
Yes.
I've got too many things in my plate that I'm worried I'm going to forget, and then my anxiety goes up. So if I just write it down, then I know that I can like tick it off. And even if I forget something, I can tick it off. Of course, self-care, I mean, it's stuff you want to do, not stuff you have to do. But why not brainstorm and then rank what you want to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes, so I will be doing the slow crawl this summer if we can travel. If not, I guess I'll do them online.
That's right.
And how many stores did we have last year? Do you remember?
We had 35.
Okay, so we've lost 4 stores this year. Which
So
isn't.
we had a few stores that closed, and we had a few stores that didn't rejoin, but then we had some new stores join.
That's good.
So.
And are any of those stores new stores or just new joiners?
I'm not sure. So B-Town Yarn joined. They're new to the crawl, and so is Ritual Dyes. They're in Portland, and so did Yarnbird.
Oh, yeah.
And there was one more. Trying to remember.
Yeah, and I remember, because I haven't looked at the list yet, I remember where they are, and Kelly remembers their name, and I never remember the names. I always just remember the one in the city.
Yeah. There was some, I feel like there was one from,
I know I found one just north in Washington, but I don't know if they responded. Remember I sent you the phone call that day? I sent you a text and said, hey, look, here's a yarn store that I've never heard of before.
I think that was one of them, actually.
Yeah. It's north of Kelso in a little teeny town, and it was a super cute little shop. They were closed on Sunday, so I couldn't go in, but I kind of peeked at the windows. And
let's see.
I'm trying to think of the name of the town. It's in the town that Mount St. Helens basically annihilated when it blew, and the river came and it just wiped out the river, and it's in that town right at the.
Okay,
right
here,
at the
I can tell you.
turnoff.
I'm looking it up. I'm looking it up. Well, here I can tell you who all's in it. Three Wild Sheep, A Little Nitty, Acorn Street, Apples to Oranges, Apple Yarns, B-Town Yarn, Bizarre Girls, Black Sheep, Fiber Emporium, Cabled Fiber and Yarn, Candy Skein Yarn and Crafts, Entwined Yarns, You and I, Fancy Work Yarn Shop, Great Yarns, Heart to Heart Knitting and Fiber Arts, Jorstad Creek, Knit a Bit, Not Another Hat, Naughty Lady Yarns, Makers Mercantile, Northwest Yarns, Pearly Shell Fiber Arts, Ritual Dyes, Seattle Yarn, Sethany Knits, Sheep's Clothing, Stilly River, Stranded by the Sea, the Black Sheep Yarn Boutique, the Hook and Needle Nook, that was the one I couldn't remember,
Yeah.
Yarnbird, and Wild Fibers. So I've got 32 right now.
Yes. Is it the Hook and Needle? I'm trying to remember. The Hook and Needle Nook, is it that one that's in that town near Kelso? I don't know. See, I remember the places, not the
I
names.
don't know where they're from.
Always.
I just know their names.
Always. I know. It's so then if Kelly and I have to communicate, it's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I only know the name. And I'm like, I don't remember the name. I only remember the
I
town.
know where they are. And we do that all the time.
Yes, we do. Every single
Like,
piece
is
of
that the one? When
communication. I'm like,
actually,
oh, fine, I'll look it up.
Actually, I just know their names. I only ever all I ever
I know,
do is
well, because
email
I
these
know-
people.
I think the problem is I'm from Oregon and Washington, so I know the geography really well, but names don't stick. Well, names don't stick. I rename stuff just for fun, for funsies.
Yes, you do. Like your flirty crochet cloche, which I couldn't find and finally
No,
did.
it's the crochet cloche. That's it. It's not called flirty. It's right here.
It is on Ravelry.
It's the one of the things that I just made. It's the crochet cloche. That's it.
Yeah, on Ravelry, it's called the flirty cloche.
No, it's not. I just pulled it up there. I can't put it on my head because I have a bun. There it
Found
is.
it.
Huh? I just made it actually, this is out of the heather, and it wasn't bad to knit. It was pretty nice to crochet with. I need to block it though because it's a little lumpy on the top. I haven't blocked any of these yet. Yes. Yeah, slow crawl. Okay, what else is good? Well, we might have an immunization in the spring. That might open up a little bit, and we hopefully slow crawl it. It will help us with that. Yes.
Maybe.
We did get notification from OHSU that is projecting spring for immunizations, which means another month. So summer means summer could be good, hopefully, if we're lucky. Yes. What else do we have to look forward to this year? 2021? 2021. Well, so.
I think that we're both going to try some online teaching.
Oh, yeah, classes.
So maybe we can
on
connect
the
with
Zoom thing.
everyone a little more.
Yes. Well, and if we get a Zoom account, we have all along had knit group online. Laura spearheaded that, but she was using Google Hangouts, and Google Hangouts just went away. It disappeared and will not work anymore. So
yeah, it became Google Meet.
and Google Meet doesn't work as well, which is sad. Very sad. Because Google Hangouts worked, and then they kill it and give us Google Meet, and it doesn't work. And then we've done Instagram 2 weeks in a row, and it was okay, but we also didn't have a lot of people on. So I don't know if the Instagram communication thing will work. I personally like Zoom because it does a better job of masking side conversations. It's not as noisy when somebody else talks.
Mhm.
And I also like the way it tiles the photos. The Google Hangouts was a bit more difficult for me. I don't know why, but we'll see. Well, if we end up getting
maybe
classes,
we'll just have to get a Zoom account then.
I think maybe it's time for a Zoom account. Yes. Yes. Yeah, that is definitely a thing that's been good for this year is that we've paid for accounts in the right departments and cleaned out expenses that we didn't need to be spending in other things and prioritizing where we
And
spent.
you started dyeing.
Yes, and I started dyeing, which is super fun. I'm going to go dye some more. I'm taking my dye equipment to Arizona with me. So I'll be outside in the fancy weather dyeing away. Yes, yes.
Well, I
And
suppose that's not a bad thing. You can just have the raw material shipped to Arizona and then you can ship the dyed stuff home.
true. Yeah, true. I can do that. Yeah.
Terrible.
Or I can, or if somebody buys it straight out, I can ship it from Arizona.
Also true.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is another thing is maybe we can do. So we've also joined WAFA. We should talk about WAFA.
Yeah. Well, I've been a part of WAFA for a while, just kind of as a spectator.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm joining their educational team.
Nice.
So I'm helping them to set up workshops and the expectations for the workshops. And so we might be able to teach a WAFA workshop.
Nice.
Yeah, and same idea. We'll host it through our website, and you would join through the website, and we'll teach it. It's just that WAFA is kind of the
Sure.
overall host,
Gotcha. Yeah.
which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
So your classmates could come from maybe a wider range of people because we get to meet more people on WAFA.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
But theoretically, if we did we could do a hand dye sale on WAFA earlier than May.
Possibly.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly. But we have to be vetted.
Oh,
We have to be vetted because they only take so many people per month.
per month.
We have to apply. Hopefully we'll get in though.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good. I know I did. So Grayson and I dyed up, I don't know, 15, 20 bits of roving. So we've already done roving, but I only did 2 skeins of yarn at this point. I threw it in to do some of my exhausting of the other dyes because I had squirty bottles left. And
Well, you should crack out some PCC. That's
what
great
I
one to play
dyed.
with.
I did dye the PCC and I was pretty happy with it. I need to knit it up now because it was fun. And I have 3 or 4 totes of PCC yarn out there. So yes, there is plenty of PCC to be done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I also am going to experiment with either chafing trays or turkey roasters. Les is giving me Jane's 2 turkey roasters. So I've got turkey roasters now that I can play with, but I'm not sure I'm going to haul those to Arizona. It depends on how much the car will hold.
You mean in the frunk or the trunk?
Well, all of the above, because we're not bringing a passenger this time. So we can lay down the back. The back holds a queen size bed. So we have the distance of a queen size and a height of 14 inches, apparently. I figured that out because of my little bike thing to fit in there.
Oh.
So we know how tall it is now.
Yeah.
Yes, it does slant. Yeah, so I can get 2 totes behind the back seat. Behind my front seat, I can fit 2 totes high. And then in the back, we can fit 1 tote high with stuff right under the trunk part. Yeah.
All righty.
Yes. We did fit. I've kind of enjoyed filling that tree. See this Christmas tree behind me?
Uh-huh.
I carried that home in David's car. 7 feet tall.
Oh.
Easy peasy piece of cake. Yes, it was fun. Just to see how much I could fit in the back of their car. Like, I don't want to drive my car. I'm going to take the other car. Yeah.
Funny.
Indeed. Yeah. Yeah. So Christmas. I don't think there's anything really more to talk about, is there? We've pretty much covered the gambit of what we should be talking about for the year, right?
Mm-hmm. Just need a closing.
Yes. Okay, I'll close it. So Kelly and I both wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a happy ending to 2020 and an even happier beginning to 2021, right? I hope everybody—
Yes, and a happy holiday, even if you don't celebrate Christmas.
Yes, and a happy holiday. I'm doing that because this has been an Advent themed one, but yes, happy holiday for those that don't celebrate Christmas as well.
That's true.
Yes. And happy crafting. I mean, come on, that's the best part of winter is the crafting. And start making your lists for what you want to do in self-care. Name it again.
Self-care January and February.
Self-care January and
We're gonna run
February.
it out 2 months.
Forget 2 months. We need to self-care through the spring. We need to make this
At least 2 months. We'll put it that way.
We need to long-term goal this thing and make a list and see how many things we can tick off. Let's call it self-care 2021. Right?
Ooh, we're extending it, huh?
Yes, I think we need to
All right.
extend it. Yes, I think that there will be, oh, I've got a visitor here. I think there'll be times when we have to break for stuff that just we have to craft because we have to craft it. But there's no reason why the theme of the year can't be do what you want to do to take care of you for 2021.
I know, I made you a shirt and I'm sending it to you.
I'm super excited. Did you open your
yesterday?
Did you open your packages in with your cookies?
I didn't yet. I put them under the tree because I thought Ina would open it.
She hasn't opened them?
She hasn't opened it.
They're just little. They're nothing big. I found them though.
It's funny though.
That is funny. So she's honoring the rules, huh?
Yeah. But you have barbecue sauce and
Did you hear
hand
that?
spun yarn.
Oh, Grayson's very excited for the barbecue
Yes.
sauce.
Eat it with my
And your shirt coming.
Oh, so again, we'll link down below to our favorite restaurant in St. Louis, Sugar Fire.
It's the Wing Haven Sugar Fire because that's the one closest to me. So that's where I take you.
Well, that's the only one I've ever been to is the Wing Haven Sugar Fire stop. But it is a barbecue joint with the best barbecue ever. And anytime I go to another
Excellent
barbecue place, all I do is sit there the whole time going, this isn't as good as Sugar Fire. This isn't as good as Sugar Fire.
There is actually a Sugar Fire in Denver.
If anyone felt like franchising a Sugar Fire
In
Portland,
Oregon?
I might just have to consider marrying you.
Grace
Excellent.
said she will marry
barbecue.
anyone that sponsors a Sugar Fire Oregon. Well, I'd
Oh, no.
definitely eat there. I would definitely eat there on a regular basis. Yes.
We do.
It is,
Like we ordered it delivered like all summer, and now we just go pick it up.
yeah.
We're like, we'll just go pick it up. Gives us a reason to drive.
Yes. Well, yeah, getting out of the house is always nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to end it. This is plenty long enough. I'll do some. Oh, we didn't talk about what we made this year, but what I'll do is at the end, I'm just going to do a slideshow of the things that Kelly put up on Instagram and that I put up on Instagram. We'll pull that down and you can see some of the projects, knit-alongs, pattern developments, just all the stuff that we worked on this year. And see you in 2020. Hopefully a very happy, healthy 2020.
That's right. And I'm going to go knit more.
All right, go knit more. I'm going to go knit another hat. I have another hat on the hopper that I have to knit. A Christmas pudding hat has been ordered, and I am going to see if I can figure out how to do that transition of white sauce. Some color work. Yeah. All right, and I'm petting the dog, so he's up next to me. All right.
Okay.
I'll see you. Bye.
Bye.